And Retired Life Inspired begins now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Eid Mubarak. We are in May. So much happening, so many beginnings and endings. I hope you had a wonderful Ramadan season for those that were observing Ramadan. I hope you had a wonderful holy season for those that have been observing Easter and Passover as well as Ramadan. Or if you were just, enjoying the beginnings of spring, just, a human being enjoying the world. That's a beautiful thing too. Welcome all, welcome all. Let's begin. In the name of Allah, I bear there was no God but Allah who came in the person of Master Father Muhammad. I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is his exalted Christ and the honorable Minister Farrakhan, divine reminder in our midst today. I greet you all in the greeting words of peace. Of Assalamu alaikum, peace be unto you. Eid Mubarak. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we get too far down the road, do remember to like and subscribe, watch and share, like and subscribe, watch and share. Thank you for all those who have. Share this link with a friend and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Today, I want to share some information I've been wanting to share for quite some time. This is something that has to do with longevity. And this is, once again, a channel dedicated to women 50 plus who find themselves, navigating through some very different times. But this information is something, once again, like I said, the information I have here, even though the channel is dedicated to that demographic, it's information that everybody can use. And before I forget, prayer and fasting radio listeners, welcome, welcome, welcome. I have had the absolute honor of being added to the content of the beautiful prayer and fasting radio lineup. So, wow, and again, an honor. And so, peace and greetings to all of you out there. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, you can visit my YouTube page and you can like and subscribe as well. You have a personal invite from me, so please do like and subscribe. But as I was saying, today we are going to be talking about some content I've been wanting to share for quite some time. Introduced to me by a Dr. Bruce Lipton, who is a regular on YouTube, has a great channel. I recommend you actually subscribe to his channel. He has done a beautiful job actually marrying physiology, biology, and the spiritual. I'm pretty sure he found God in a cell. He is noted for his early research in stem cell research, and when no one else was talking about it, he was. So I definitely encourage you to go look him up. His information is quite amazing. But he introduced me to this whole concept that gratitude is related to our longevity. Gratitude and appreciation, how they're related to our health. Found another article that even supported this by a R.Krakoff. It was written June 19th, 2016. And it says, are telomeres the key to aging and preventing cancer? Now, I'm going to read like the first 3 paragraphs because I'm not a biologist, not even close. And I've been trying to find different ways to explain this. And I like the language that is used in this article. I'm not going to read the entire article. I will not torture you by reading the entire article, I promise. But I like the language in this because it's pretty clear and simple. And I think it's important that you get the background so that you kind of, from that point on, you have an idea how this really is practical information and how it affects you every moment of your day. It's going to start to all come together, I promise. So, let's begin. Inside the nucleus of a cell, our genes are arranged along twisted double-stranded molecules of DNA called chromosomes. Now, the chromosomes, you got 46 total. You get 23 from your mom and 23 from your dad. Okay. At the ends of the chromosomes are stretches of DNA called telomeres, which protect our genetic data. It makes it possible for cells to divide and hold some secrets to how we age and get cancer. Telomeres have been compared with the plastic ends on shoelaces because they keep the chromosomes ends from fraying and sticking together. or sticking to each other rather, which would destroy or scramble an organism's genetic information. That would be bad. Let's just file that under that would be bad. All right. Yet each time a cell divides, the telomeres get shorter. This is key. When they get too short, the cell can no longer divide. It becomes inactive and or dies. This shortening process is associated with aging, cancer, and higher risk of death. So telomeres have also been compared with a bomb fuse. Now that, when the telomeres actually, when the cells keep dividing and they divide and divide, it's like someone painting themselves into a corner. After a while, there's nowhere else to go. So it becomes inactive or dies. Now, this is the part that I love that Dr. Bruce Lipton brought in, because he also shared that there was something that was discovered later on by a Dr. Elizabeth Blackburn, who discovered an enzyme hanging out with the telomeres on the ends of the chromosomes that actually can extend the telomeres, and by extending the telomere, extend our lives. And it's an enzyme, and I pray I get this right. Telomerase. That's how you pronounce it. Telomerase. Telomerase actually counteracts telomere shortening. And what this does is it's actually activated or stopped depending on a couple of factors. And this is the part that Dr. Bruce Lipton brought up that I thought was so amazing. This is the practical, how we can tap into the fountain of youth within each of our cells. This is where we really come into play. Now, I can go more into the science and the biology of it, but I want to cut straight to our part in this. Ways to stop the telomerase from assisting the telomeres from extending your life. 1, poor nutrition. So, if your daily routine is not visiting your kitchen, if it's depending on, fast food and a lot of processed foods and cookies, cakes, and pies and things like that to be your meal for the day, poor nutrition, lack of exercise as well. Secondly, on a more traumatic level, trauma itself. We're talking childhood abuse, domestic violence, post-traumatic stress. Psychologically, those things have such an impact on people that a person decides they don't want to live. They don't even want to be here. So we are literally sending a signal to our body. We have no need to extend our life. So the telomerase is going to you're not going to have a lot of it to be able to extend the telomere. Body decides, they don't want to be here. So therefore, we're not going to help them extend their life. As a result, we start to recede, the cells start to die, and we start to die. Another way to stop the telomerase or inhibit its production: lack of self-love, loss of love. You don't want to be around. And if you're not loving yourself, you don't feel like there's any reason to be here. And finally, a really big one: no purpose. We've all heard about the person who retired and then come to find out later, just maybe within a year or a couple of months later, they passed away. They felt they had no purpose, no function, no reason to get up in the morning, no vision, nothing to do. Once again, the body gets the signal, they don't want to be here. We have no need to help them stay here any longer. So the telomerase is not being activated, or its production levels are very low. We begin to recede, and as a result, we die early. However, the way to counteract this, good nutrition. A couple of things I recommend. One, check out a book, How to Eat to Live. It'll teach you what the proper foods are to eat, the proper times, how to incorporate proper fasting and into your life. I'll put the information in the description below, as well as exercise. Don't make it complicated. Take a walk once a day. No gym membership required. It's free. 2, just appreciating life. Appreciating your life. Being happy about being here signals the body they want to be here. They want to be around. So telomerase is now being generated more and helping those telomeres to extend, which is helping our lives to extend longer. Love. Loving self. You definitely want to stick around. You're appreciating yourself. Being in love. You want to stick around for someone else. You want to be there for them. And as a result, the body gets the signal. They want to be here a little longer. Let's help them out. Let's create some more telomerase. Let's help those telomeres to extend. And finally, being in service. This to me puts a whole new emphasis on I have come not to be served, but to serve. Wow. When I hear all of this, I just say, look at God. Being in service is probably one of the most powerful things you can do. Once again, how are we going to use our talents? What action are we going to take? All those things that we talked about that I shared in the previous editions of Retired Life Inspired, which brings me to why I call it Retired Life Inspired. I don't think I'm ever going to really retire. I'm not going to be that person just kind of sitting there on the porch. I'm always going to be doing something, contributing in some way, having a vision, creating something, because I've got so much to do. I've got so much to share. And this platform is a perfect example of that. With all that being said, and I want to backtrack a little bit. For those that are dealing, and I want to put a pin in that, with domestic violence, child abuse, I want to put some links in the description below, some 1-800 numbers, because this really is not a joke. For that person, we all need to, if we know someone or if we've seen something, we really need to go about it and help that person. They have a right to be here. They need to have a good life. We need to turn it around for them too. So I'm going to put some information in the description below. We can't just walk past that. They need our help. With all that being said, I want to remind everyone to check all the descriptions and the link below, and the description, all the links there below. We're going to have information about prayer and fasting radio, the daily Quranic reading, the musical collaborations of Kolor the Rapper and Fasol Productions will be there as well. And as always, create your life inspired. Thank you for joining me here again. Thank you for all your support. Like and subscribe. This concludes another wonderful edition of Retired Life Inspired. I hope you enjoyed the information. I hope you understand that this is very practical information. This is in the moment information. You want to remember, be mindful how you get up in the morning. What's your conversation? Be mindful throughout the day. Are you in service? Are you loving self? Because you are actually directly affecting whether you are extending your life or shortening your life. Such a divine blessing to have that kind of control. Well, again, wherever you find yourself today, make it a good one. Eid Mubarak. Peace be unto you. Thanks for joining. Peace and take care.